Welcome in to the 5A playoffs. First round action coming up for you here live from Northridge High School as the Northridge Knights, the 15 seed, prepare to host the 18th seeded Salem Hills Skyhawks. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. What a matchup we have for you here tonight. We'll start with the visiting Skyhawks of Salem Hills. They come in 9-14 overall, 5-9 out of Region 7. But this is a group that has shown they can play with the best of the best, coming off an impressive win over Springville. That's a Springville team that has just defeated Ormond Timpview. They have shown that, well, on any given night, this Salem Hills squad is one to be reckoned with. They're led by Chase DeGraffenried, one of the top scorers in all of 5A. 26 points per game. Colby Dykes averaging 12 a game. Kason Everett with 10 a game. But it's Chase DeGraffenried who's gone for over 38 times this year, including 42 in that win over Springville. Number 4 has been a load for opposing defenses. Meanwhile, for Northridge, they're hosting a playoff game. Coach Tony Caputo, the head man tonight for the Knights, and they come in with some good balance on this roster and some good top-end scoring. Bentley Whitehair, 17 points per game, 11 for Joshua Kitchen, 10 for Logan Burt. They can really find their rhythm from long range, and as we saw in pregame warmups, they got some lift as well. Should be a fun matchup. The winner advancing to take on the second-seeded Olympus Titans. Northridge in the home whites, Salem Hills in the road Navy. As that pull-up won't go, Kennedy had the offensive board kept here thanks to Peyton Perkins, a baseline J from Kitchen off the back of the rim. And the clear here from Dykes. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late to keep it true with the official clock here in the gym. Second possession here for the Knights. As around the screen, Perkins will pull from 19. That won't go. And the rebound to DeGraffenried as the Skyhawks coming up the floor, open in the corner as Averett works this back up. Here's Grant Hardy. This is Dykes. Was looking for DeGraffenried, couldn't handle. It's Northridge basketball. The Salem Hills team, we talk about Region 7, they were 6th place out of that region, but some of the wins they had, including over Springville, I mean, you see they have a lot of talent, and hoping that the gauntlet of a schedule that is Region 7 can prepare them for a big postseason run. This worked around. Perkins again. He'll pull this time from 8, able to get it in and off the rim and score 2-0. The advantage for the Knights. Hardy. Oh, tried to send that over. Miscommunications back to the Knights. Talk about Coach Tony Caputo. He and an old friend, Jay Welk, on the bench for the Knights squad. Had a coaching change mid-season. It's been that duo that has helped pace the Knights. One of their better region finishes in recent years. Finished second in Region 5. Been a tough out. And you look at the first couple of games of the year, I think they're started 0-4 and was by combined like 8 points. Been a gritty group. As Kennedy pulls here from the line, and nice looking J there for Daquan Kennedy, the 6'5 senior. Remember seeing him as a youngster. He's got some girth, including a nice little art on the shoulder there. How about that pull up? Kason Averett with the triple for Salem Hills. It's a team for the Skyhawks shooting 37% from 3 on the season. Oh, got the defender in the air. No call there on the contact. Bentley Whitehair thought that there was enough there to draw a whistle. None coming. You see the little bump there, the created space from Chase DeGraffenried, his first bucket tonight. 52% from the floor, 41% from long range for Chase on the season. Coming around that screen, little pull up, that scored from Joshua Kitchen. 6'3 senior in the scoring column. Good pace here early. They go high post with Hopkins. Works over with Dykes. Ethan again. Kason Averett looking into the corner. Good defense here. Oh, to the floor. It was Whitehair and able to get the possession here for Northridge. Here comes Burt. Given to Bentley inside. Tough take in the foul. Northridge will head to the free throw line with Bentley Whitehair. This foul called on Hardy. Be the first. And first team foul. Whittier, good on the first. One more here. Substitution for Salem Hills early on. Aaron Habel coming on the floor. Whittier goes 2 for 2. Habel over to Dykes. A drive here, defended by Perkins. Gives to Averett. A little step around off the window, won't go. Tapped out for Burt. Logan bringing it up the floor here for Northridge. Burt in the lane looking for help. That deflected, taken away by Hardy. Looking up the floor. Dykes with a little bit of space. Good defense there by Perkins, not biting. And traveling violation, the call on Hardy. It'll go back here to Northridge. Meanwhile, Court Stewart has checked in. Wearing number 1 for the Skyhawks. On defense here. Given over to Kitchen. That three off the glass, good. Good start for the home side. 11-5 the advantage for the home Knights. Here's Stewart given back with Habel. And a foul here going to be called on Kennedy up top. Be the first personal on DeQuan. First team foul on Northridge. Stewart. DeGraff and Reed. Gives back. Habel got the defender in the air. Sends it in the corner. Stewart. Extra pass to Dykes. Boy, that's good headiness there from Salem Hills. Finding the best shot. And it's a 39% three-point shooter. Colby Dykes able to knock it down. Kennedy handing that off to Burt. Whittier. Shot clock down to 10 here for Northridge. Kennedy the screen. Whittier the take, tough shot, won't go, and that will go to Salem Hills. Inside of 2 to go in our opening quarter. Good pace here early. Oh boy, you can see Whittier wanted that one. Court tried to work to the corner, that read by Perkins. High screen. Back with Kitchen. A little pull-up J from Kennedy. Off the mark, rebounded by DeGraff and Reed. Habel into the paint. Little hesitation. Northridge thought there was a traveling violation. Officials deeming it legal as Habel with his first bucket tonight. 1-point ball game. Kitchen. Kennedy. Oh, help coming over. Kennedy looking for the outlet. Shot clock down to 10. Open look for Kitchen. Second made triple for Josh Kitchen. DeGraff and Reed, the drive, high off the window, too strong. Perkins backside, pushing it up the floor. Shot clock turned off as Northridge can have the final look here in this opening quarter. Perkins, clock down to 10. Oh, good movement. Perkins inside, double teamed. Got to find some help. Kennedy want to give that back. Intercepted. Dykes won't get it off. And the first quarter concluded 14-10. Northridge leading Salem Hills. You're watching the first round of the 5A state playoffs only on KSLSports.com. Want to remind you, Rewind's coverage of the 5A state playoffs is presented by Heidemann and Associates. If you have any legal needs, the experts at Heidemann Associates can take care of you. For a free legal consultation, tell them Rewind sent you when you call 801-472-7742. Start of the second quarter. Balanced scoring for Salem Hills. 4 scorers on the 10 points as a take here by Habel. Draws the second personal on Kennedy. And it'll be free throws coming up here for Aaron. Had a bucket in the first quarter. Other scorers included DeGraff and Reed with 2. Dykes and Averett with 3 apiece. Meanwhile, for Northridge, 8 first quarter points for Kitchen and 2 for Perkins, Whittier, and Kennedy as Habel making the first. Kennedy having to come off the floor here as Zach Smith, the 6'2 senior, has checked in for Coach Caputo. One more here for Habel as he hits them both. Back to a one-possession game. Catch and shoot off the curl. That won't go. It'll stay here. Good look there for Whittier. Bentley kicks out Perkins. Whittier got around DeGraff and Reed, sends out Peyton Perkins with the triple. The Knights have been dialed in from long range. The third Northridge 3 here in this first half. Dykes giving to Graff and Reed, hanging and scoring. Just 4 points for Chase. If you're Northridge, you got to like that. The scary thing is it's a one-possession game despite Chase not having significant impact on the score sheet yet. The drive, Kitchen working against Habel, hanging too strong. Perkins an offensive board off the knee, finds its way to his teammate Smith. Shot clock down to 5. Whittier in the paint. Has to take it and hits it. Bentley Whittier kind of looked caught up. Didn't matter. DeGraff and Reed's 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Bentley. Here's Burt. He's looking to attack. Whittier. Back out. Perkins, the 3. Back-to-back threes from Peyton Perkins and a timeout from Salem Hills as Northridge has opened their largest lead of the game at 8 here in the 5A state playoffs. Welcome back. Got to shout out the Northridge band. Awesome to have a band in the gym. Northridge, well done. We even had a little cowbell during that timeout. As the band has been active, was here for the girls' game prior to this when Northridge defeated Kearns on the girls' side. The boys trying to make it a first-round sweep for the Knights. Out of that timeout. A drive here from Averett, hanging. Oh, boy, tough shot. How about the bucket there by Kaysen Averett? Here's Burt, has yet to score tonight. Into the teeth of the D, hits to Whittier. Man, that's a tough bucket. And Bentley Whittier, hadn't seen him play, was excited to see what he had to his game. It's been impressive here early, 6 early points. Not shy away, looks to be aggressive on every possession. Here's a 3 for Salem Hills. That one good from Grant Hardy. A much needed 3 from the Skyhawks. That's their 3rd 3 of the ball game. Perkins, boy, maybe had a lane there. Instead, we'll work this over. Whittier looking back for Burt. Trying to step through in a traveling violation. This will be turned over back to Salem Hills. Talk with Coach Caputo and his assistant Jay Welk before the game. You can see their imprints on this Northridge group. There's a lot of ball movement, quick decisions, quick movement. Coach Welk, a long-term coach at Davis, was fantastic there. Coach Caputo, coach at Hurricane, Southern Virginia University. A lot of basketball knowledge on that Northridge sideline as Logan Burt here called for his first. Second team foul on Northridge in the second quarter. Working inside. Yeah, you saw those hands come around there on the interior. Zach Smith called for his first. Handed back to the inbounder, too strong, tapped over, Smith able to corral. Midway through this second quarter, Perkins, baseline, hands off over to Smith, no! And taken out of the air by Averett, he's trying to push it. We'll work out to Hardy. 3 on the way, drilled. The Skyhawks soaring back. A 3 made by Colby Dykes, his second. And just like that, it's a 2-point ball game. Smith over with Burt. Kitchen, little spin move in the paint. Won't go, batted up and taken down by Ethan Hopkins for the Skyhawks. DeGraff and Reed. Little spin move in the paint, won't go. Northridge up the floor and a foul. Averett called for the personal. Got a substitution here. As Habel back on the floor. Burt, good defense there by Averett. Kale Lake sent that out to Kitchen. Ooh, Burt just kept that foot down. He'll step inside. That shot won't go. And the rebound literally taken away by Averett. Salem Hills pushing it up. DeGraffenreid to the rim. Foul, then chase DeGraffenreid. Now we'll head to the free throw line. This foul called on Perkins. Be his first. Boy, and that's the 4th team foul on Northridge. So Salem Hills going to be shooting free throws from here on out in this first half. As DeGraffenried confidently hits the first. Rimmed out. And a loose ball foul here called on the Skyhawks. Habel picking up his first. Lake. Boy, that's a tough pass. Whittier sending to Burt. He'll pull up here. Won't go. Rebound to Averett. Hardy. Little step around denied. Well, that was Whittier coming over with a rejection. Great defensive help there from the 6'2 senior. Inside to Graffenried, backing it down and scoring the lead to Salem Hills. It was 22-14, I believe. An 11-2 run. Burt driving the lane off the front of the rim. Salem Hills on the break again. Abel handing to Hardy. Looking for help. Habel sends to the corner. 3 from Averett. No. Rebound to Kitchen. Inside of a minute to go in the half. Kitchen got a step on the edge. Couldn't get that to go off the glass, and it will head back to Salem Hills. Salem Hills really upped their defense, their rebounding, and has led to them getting out on the run here in this second quarter. Securing their first lead of the contest here. Boy, pressure you see from Northridge being very aggressive. That was Kenyon Duggar coming up to create some moments of maybe unrest for Northridge fans. Clock down to 10. The drive from DeGraffenried won't go. Got his own miss. Goes back up. That's short. Rebounded by Lake. And the half comes to a close. 25-24. The Skyhawks of Salem Hills leading Northridge at the break. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 5A state playoffs only on KSLSports.com. Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat has nothing on our broadcast. The Technicolor halftime for you as we're back and running, ready to start our second half. Northridge trailing Salem Hills 25-24 at the break. Your unofficial scoring leaders for each side for the Skyhawks. 7 for DeGraffenried, 6 for Dykes, 5 for Averett, 4 for Habel, 3 for Hardy. Meanwhile, for the Knights, 4 scorers for Northridge, 8 for Perkins and Kitchen apiece, 7 for Whittier and 2 for Kennedy. As we prepare to start our second half, Northridge basketball led for the majority of the contest, led by 8 at one point before Salem Hills had come back, and we've got stoppage here as going to reset it. We'll just let our virtue of patience be shared as we're just going to leave our clock where it is. Time for a little good news, bad news. Bad news if you're a Salem Hills fan, Chase only with 7 points. Talk about averages 26. The good news is you lead despite Chase only having 7 points. So And of course, just invert that if you are a fan of the Knights. The winner of this game, as we mentioned, advances to take on the Olympus Titans in the second round of the 5A playoffs. And of course, us here at Rewind, we will have all of your playoff action, quarters, semis, and championships right here on KSLSports.com in 5A and 6A for both the boys and the girls. All that starting this Saturday as they work inside to Kennedy, but a whistle here before. And a hold going to be called inside on Hopkins. Be the first on Ethan Hopkins. Given back to Burt. He was held scoreless in that first half, averaging 10 a game. Boy, a lot of work there. Handing off to Kennedy. Boy, how about the eyes there from Logan Burt. Great patience, able to find his big man. Remember, DeQuan had to go out of the game, having picked up his second personal foul. Missed some time in that second quarter. He scores to start this second half. That drive off the front of the rim on the take from Averett. As he's back to his feet and running back defensively. Pull up from Whittier. That rimmed out and rebound to Hopkins. Salem Hills trying to push it. Here's DeGraff and Reed. 1-on-3. Doesn't matter, but too strong with the left-handed finish. And now Kitchen. And miscommunication on the Northridge end. We'll give it right back. Lofted back for Hardy. Looking in to Graff and Reed. That double team collapsing. Leaves Grant open. The three short. Kennedy with the board. Here comes Perkins. Whittier. Baseline. Gets to Graff and Reed in the air. No call as Whittier able to score it. 8 now for Whittier. How about 3 different Knights with 8 apiece? DeGraff and Reed as Kennedy gets the block. Salem Hills fans some jeering after that play. Burt. Here's DeQuan. Gives back. Here's Kitchen. Oh, Whittier had that interior seal, but just a step outside of that passing lane as Northridge gives it back. Aaron Habel checking back in here for the Skyhawks. And that shot wouldn't go down for Averett. Boy, did a great job of getting to the rim, but that just betrayed him off the front. Here's Burt, the three. And the Knights, thanks to Logan Burt's three-pointer, pushing it back to a 6-point difference. Habel had that deflected away, kept by Hardy. Boy, contact there as the corner three and a foul here on the closeout. Boy, and right now, Averett looks like he's down on the ground and holding his head. You saw the hard closeout coming as the call here on Kitchen will be his first. Good to see that Averett's back to his feet as he'll head to the free throw line. Three free throws. The first one no good. Second one off the front of the rim. And now a substitution as Aver will come off the floor. As Court Stewart back on. Here's Kennedy. Whittier. Couple defenders there, poked out, and now Dykes. Stewart. Three, count it. Well, that's a big shot for Salem Hills. Kobe Dykes, his third triple. Needed that one. Northridge's been able to kind of slowly build momentum at various points, and Salem Hills always been there in a moment like that to squash it. Here's Whittier. Worked over. Little spin move from Lake. Sends back. Perkins straight away. Peyton Perkins has shown he can shoot with the best. 3 made triples tonight for Perkins. DeGraff and Reed on the drive. In the corner, Hardy the 3. No, and Lake couldn't rebound it. It'll stay here. DeGraff and Reed triple teamed. Skipped across, Stewart for 3. That was short. Rebound to Perkins. Whittier, short, rebound to Hable. And we've got a foul here, and this is going to go the other way. This foul called on Hable. Shouldn't say the other way. It was a loose ball. Hable being called for his second personal. Second team foul on Salem Hills. Burt. Gives to Peyton. Perkins the drive, had that first step, little turnaround. Oh, just crawls it over the front of the rim. Peyton Perkins has been a man of runs for Northridge today. Step back for DeGraff and Reed. Boom! Chase DeGraff and Reed, his first 3 tonight. A beautiful little step back there. And he's going to be called here for the block. His first, third team foul on Salem Hills. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Perkins given to Bird, and DeGraff and Reed here in the air. Quickly picks up back-to-back fouls. Whittier. Perkins gives back to Lake. Kale for 3, no. And we'll head back to the Skyhawks. Hable. Intercepted by Lake. Kale. A little bit of room, gives to Perkins. Oh, good ball movement. Kennedy inside. Long three. We got a little chaseness going on here in the third quarter. Burt trying to answer, cannot. Rebound to Hopkins. Here comes DeGraff and Reed. Inside of a minute to go in the third. Chase down the lane. Count the bucket and a chance to tie it up as Chase DeGraff and Reed has gone on a run. The old adage, run that way really fast. And if something gets in your way, just run a little faster. That's what Chase did. And he went from having 7 at the break to having 15 and looking at 16 here. And a chance to tie it up. We talked about one of the top scorers in all of 5A. You can hold them down, but at some point, Chase is going to leave his imprint. He's done it here in the third. Burt. Perkins for three. No. Rebounded by Hopkins. And DeGraff and Reed with 10 to go. DeGraff and Reed on the drive. Count it again. Another chance at another three-point play for Chase DeGraff and Reed, who has 11 points in the quarter. And the third foul here on Kennedy. $12 in the quarter, 19 in the game for DeGraff and Reed. Northridge basketball, 2.5 seconds to go. Burt to inbound. Kitchen the heave, and that will do it. Just when Northridge looked like they were going to get some separation, Chase DeGraff and Reed pulls Salem Hills to a 41-38 lead as we head to the fourth and final quarter in the first round of the 5A state playoffs. Salem Hills, oh my apologies, Skyhawks. Salem Hills basketball to start the fourth quarter. Inside, Averett. He's got 8. I think this might be the largest Salem Hills lead. As here's Whittier. 8 for Bentley tonight. Gives him the corner. Kitchen the three. Won't go. Rebound to Hopkins as he has become a rebounding machine for Salem Hills in this second half. Hardy giving back. Here's the man of the hour, DeGraff and Reed. Taking the contact, double team coming over, knows someone's open, able to find Hardy. Hopkins giving to Chase. The drive again, another and one. Chase DeGraff and Reed. He is familiar with scoring in threes, but he's doing it here, new school and old school, as he's got a chance for 3 straight and 1 opportunities. But first, Coach Caputo going to try to cool him off. Timeout, Northridge. We'll be back. Another three-point play converted by Chase DeGraff and Reed. Just so you know, he's hit 2 threes and has 3 and 1s all in this second half. Pretty productive second half for Chase. Where does Northridge go? They'll look to their leading scorer, Whittier, with the needed answer. His first made 3 tonight gives him 11. Stewart gets it back. Looking inside and a foul on the interior. This is going to go on Lawson, Brad Lawson. Again, Kennedy's on the bench right now having 3 personal fouls. And this one turned over. That's where it all starts if you're Northridge. You got to get defensive stops. There's one. Up the floor, no, a 10-second call. So Northridge turning it over. Northridge right now looking around saying, that escalated quickly. Here's to Graffenried. Oh, how about the vision? The double team coming over, and DeGraffenried able to find Averett. He's in double figures now with 10. Burt got around the first line of defense, pulls and scores. Winner moves on. Loser's season comes to a conclusion. That deflected by Burt, kept here by Hardy. Gives over, won't go. And an offensive board kept by Habel. Deflected there, and Perkins couldn't maintain it. It will keep the possession here with the Skyhawks. Substitution, Canyon Duggar coming back on the floor. And Perkins called for his second. I'm sure Northridge fans may not care, but have Cedar Valley going to battle, actually both these regions, Cedar Valley battling Bonneville tonight, tied at 42, heading to the fourth quarter, as Hardy on the baseline drive and scoring. Pushes it back to a 7-point difference. Hardy with the long outlet for Averett. Timeout Northridge as the Skyhawks are starting to fly. They lead 52-43. Northridge basketball trailing by 9. Salem Hills put a lot of pressure on UC boys. Super aggressive. Look at that defense coming up to the basketball at half court. Can Northridge take advantage? Kennedy back on the floor, and that dribbled out off of Salem Hills. Remember, Kennedy had to sit, having 3 personal fouls, but Northridge offensively has had great efficiency whenever Daquan's been on the floor. Can they take advantage of that here? As off the inbound, off the back of the rim for Kennedy. Salem Hills with the clear. DeGraffenried gives back, Habel. Oh, nice spin move by Habel, but it's short. Perkins on the run, trying to attack DeGraffenried, and that knocked away. It will stay here. I thought Perkins might have touched that late. The officials, though, saying it was last touched by Salem. In the corner, Whittier for 3. And an immediate timeout as Northridge hits a big three to make it a two-possession game. 14 for Whittier. Northridge looking to implore a little full court pressure here. Salem able to get it up. Hardy will take the open three. Won't go. Kennedy with the board. It's not a turnover, but it's a quick one and done. As Northridge D will take it. Here's Whittier. Duggar gives to Kennedy. And we've got a foul inside. This is going to go in on Hardy. That'll be the second here on Grant. Second team foul. Sorry, first team foul. Boy, they are quick to the board here. First team foul on Salem Hills in this fourth quarter. 2 or 3 team fouls on Northridge. And a foul away from the basketball. This will go on Averett, his second. In the corner, Whittier the three. Oh! It's a one-possession game as Whittier has hit his third three of this fourth quarter. Habel gives to Hardy. Into the corner, catch and shoot. Dykes, no! And a hold here on the rebound going to be called on Burt. That'll be his second personal, and that's the last foul to give for Northridge. So from here on out, Salem Hills will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Hardy working right back in to Graffenried, and you see the foul there given by Burt. I think this will be the third on Logan then. If it's called on Burt, it is. So to Graffenried to the free throw line, will shoot 2. Missed the first. Court Stewart coming back on the floor here for Salem Hills. Tell you what, both teams have faced multiple possession deficits tonight, and both have come back. Been impressive, no give-ups. As 1 of 2 on the trip there for Chase. Here's Burt, gives to Whittier. Has Kitchen in the corner, the drive rejected by Habel. Kept here. Burt, that pass broken up by Chase. To Graffenried on the run out and finish. Well, it wasn't his traditional three-point play, but it will work for Salem Hills nonetheless. 2.5 to go. Perkins, a little zone here from Salem. Other corner, Whittier will take the three. That's short. Knew it immediately. The awkward rebound finds its way to Dykes. To Graffenried near half court. Defended aggressively by Duggar. Trying to get around the spin. Ran out of real estate. Got his own miss. Sends out. Dykes the three. No. Rebound from de Graffenried. And a reset shot clock as we're inside the final 2 and a timeout taken by Coach Frankham. Timeout. Salem Hills. They'll have the ball when we come back. One of these two teams 2 minutes away from advancing to the second round. How long can Northridge go before they feel the pressure to foul? You see very aggressive, and there's one given. And it will send Salem Hills here to the line as they'll call this on Duggar. His first. And Grant Hardy steps to the line, a 74% free throw shooter to shoot a pair. Oh, left the second short, and an offensive board brought down by Habel. Oh, you had the opportunity to just concede one and get the ball back, and Habel with a huge rebound. DeGraffenried the drive and score. 27 now for DeGraffenried. Left, Burt for three. Burt now with 8. Approaching 1 to go, 6-point ball game. Hardy up top, gives to Chase. Dykes gets it back here. And a foul away from the ball. That shot clock was draining too, only 13 seconds left. A foul called here on Perkins, that'll be his third. Will send DeGraffenried to the free throw line. 2 here for Chase. He's got 21 in the second half. We've got a little delay here at the table. The foul count should stop at 5, and they had continued to add to it, so they've reset that for on the table. So it's good now for one side. They've got there we go. So again, 2 free throws here for DeGraffenried. 2 team fouls on Salem Hill, so they could be quite aggressive should they choose to be. And in the confusion, that was just the first. Oh, there you go. Okay, so Chase knew. He's like, hey, I already shot the first one, and what a stand-up young man, eh? 45 left. Held at the top of the paint there. This foul on Averett, his third. Northridge will inbound. In the backcourt, boy, dangerous, and yeah, hard contact there. See, Perkins, I think, was initially frustrated, and Dykes immediately knew, overly aggressive, tried to calm that down immediately. That's the 14th foul now on the Skyhawks, so both teams shooting free throws the rest of the way. Screen from Kitchen, the 3 from Whittier. My goodness, what a shot from Whittier as Bentley now with 20 in the contest. It's back to 2 possessions and a timeout. The 18-15 matchup, and right now 18 leading 15. Trying to get a seed upset on the road. And an immediate foul given there by Perkins. Will be his 4th. Will walk down and take free throws. So it's Case and Averett shooting a pair. Missed the first. This is where you got to get these clears. We saw just a couple of minutes ago a miss that had an offensive board from Salem Hills to keep the possession alive. They scored off of it. If you're Northridge, you got to get these rebounds. That one good. 6-point game. Here's Burt working around Kitchen. Good switch there, gives with Perkins. Time coming off, long three from Kitchen. Back of the rim, loose ball, kept here. Lake gives to Burt. Shot clock's turned off. Perkins the three. They needed it, they got it, timeout. 3-point ball game. As Perkins drills it. Great efforts on both sides tonight. Unofficial scoring. How about 13 for Case and Everett? 29 for DeGraff and Reed to lead Salem Hills. 9 for Dykes. 6 for Hardy. 4 for Hable. For Northridge, 20 for Bentley Whittier. 16 for Perkins. 8 for Burt. 8 for Kitchen. 6 for Kennedy. The last three, huge for Northridge. Now they need that defense to come up with a turnover or a quick foul. They get it in, and the foul given there. This is given by Burt. Will walk down and take free throws. And it will be Dykes, the best free throw percentage shooter for Salem Hills, stepping up to the line with 11 and change. He's got 2 of them. One could be the difference. There it is. Dykes now in double figures. No timeouts left for Northridge. Dykes makes them both. It's a 5-point game. The heave won't go. Perkins gives to Kitchen. The last attempt is short, and Salem Hills, despite trailing early, a huge second half from Chase DeGraff and Reed, where he dropped 22 points in the second half to help Salem Hills come back to a 63-58 win. Have to mention the rebounding was critical. Hopkins and Hable inside on the glass was huge for Salem Hills. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, clears, and second chance opportunities help lift Salem Hills thanks to Chase DeGraff and Reed's 29 points. 63-58, a great year for Northridge, where they ended up second place in Region 7, comes to a close. Salem Hills advances. They'll take on the Olympus Titans. You better believe they will have the Titans' best effort and focus. The staff was here tonight. That'll be your second round matchup. The 18 at the 2. Salem Hills will head to Olympus. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us. It's been our privilege to bring you first round action from Northridge High School for the boys and girls. A reminder, we'll have second round action, quarter, semis, and championships only on KSLSports.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.